welcome to episode 14 of the Forget the Myth podcast. I'm your host, Anthony, joined by Xavier and Abdul. Welcome, guys.
What's up?
We'll be joined by Max and Divine maybe later, but you guys will find out before this episode ends. Anyways, I guess let's start it off with the NFL. So the championship games, NFC and NFC championships games just recently passed. What are you guys' initial thoughts on those games? I guess we'll start it off with the real eye opener, the Saints and Rams game.
I'm just saying I called every game, so I have to say.
So for those of you who haven't, I'll give a little backstory before we start talking. So those of you who did not watch the game, the Rams had a pretty blatant pass interference call not called against the Saints, and from that it ended up costing the Saints the game, and the Rams are going on to the Super Bowl. So, no call, proper call or no call for that?
Obviously, it's not a proper call, but I love the call.
Yeah,
I love the no call.
it's a missed call, but at the same time, like for me, the Saints should have destroyed them.
Yeah, there was no point in throwing the football in that situation.
When you have the best running back in the NFL, or second best right now, only playing about like five snaps, and you're still keeping this team in the game, like that shouldn't happen. Like they should. You can blame their loss on that call, but it shouldn't come down to that. The game they should have been winning in the first place. But yeah, that's
they
just
left
my
in the first half. They left a lot of points on the field.
Yeah,
there was multiple times where they just went for field goals when they should have got touchdowns.
Yeah, that was surprising.
Was good though.
That was surprising by Sean Payton.
Rams.
Yeah, which finally happened for once.
No, but when you have that much talent, like it's gonna come together.
Yeah.
Like even when they have a bad performance, it's still not the same as another team that's less talented having a bad performance.
Also, I think it's not just all in that one play call. Like what do you call it?
Yeah.
Sean Payton should have never thrown the football. Like it's I think it was 1st and 10 or 2nd and 10. You could have easily just ran the ball, milked the clock. You have two of the best running backs in the league, arguably, in the backfield, and you throw the ball on first down. When if you run the ball and get the first down, the game's over. You won the game. So I don't understand that thought process. So I think it wasn't just. I think the Saints, like just seeing all these Saints fans complaining is making me not like Saints fans even more either. Like the game happened, just let it like. There's no reason to write these petitions and all that shit. Like just the game happened. It's not gonna rematch or nothing's. Abdul?
They want to play in Atlanta so bad, but they not. Shit, they not playing in my home.
No, honestly,
you're lucky.
I'm not surprised about the outcome just because I've been questioning how good Drew Brees is all season. Like I know he's having a career season, but when you watch him play, a lot of the stuff he does, like it's pretty basic stuff. Like these passes out in the flat to his running backs, that's his main go-to. And then it's Michael Thomas. You take away that flat pass and you take away, but it's easier said than done. But if you can do that,
well, the Rams also found a way to shut down Michael Thomas for the first time.
Yeah, I know. That's what I'm saying. If you can do that, well, they changed it up. They just don't play man defense. Don't put Marcus Peters. Don't press him.
Yeah.
But if you're able to take away those two things, there's a good chance you're beating the Saints, and that's what they did.
Yeah, which I'm very happy about.
All right,
I think we're all happy about. So then we'll move on to the second game that happened. You know what? When do you guys take this one? I can't even talk about this game.
Take the New England Patriots and KC.
Yeah.
Also called this game. I knew Patriots gonna win from the start. They're going to the Super Bowl. They're
so
probably gonna win.
I have a rant. Do you guys want rant now or rant after?
Oh, you go ahead.
Rant after the game.
No, go ahead. Rant.
Rant now?
Yeah, rant.
Go ahead, rant.
It's just, even when the Patriots are trash, they're still in the Super Bowl. This is the worst Patriots team I can remember within the last 5 years, and they made the Super Bowl. Their defense is subpar. They have a 40-something-year-old quarterback playing. They have Gronk, who is literally just blocking now.
Listen, if people can name, if Pats fans can name 3 wide receivers on that team, I'd give it to them.
Bro, the Patriots have had a cakewalk for the last 5 years. It's starting to piss me off now.
No.
They've had zero competition in the AFC. They finally had competition, and they choked the game away, the Kansas City Chiefs. How do you line up offside D Ford? That is the number one thing you learn when you first start football. I wanted to smash my TV when that happened. Like they are the most lucky franchise in the world. And don't get me started on the OT
Honestly,
either.
luck has nothing to do with it.
What do you mean luck does not have to do
It has
with
nothing
it?
to do with it. When
They literally won the game because of luck.
No. It came down to making big plays, and when you have the
You're telling me
Bro,
when
they
it's
have no run defense.
Listen, when you have
all they did was
you're
just
telling me
fucking
flipping a coin is not luck. It's 50-50. That's luck.
they weren't
okay,
scoring.
but first of all,
Mahomes wasn't
flipping a
getting
coin
wasn't getting a touchdown.
It comes
Yeah,
down
they
to
were.
what
No, they wouldn't.
what
Yeah,
led
they
up to that
100%.
moment.
Stupidity. The Chiefs choking.
No, not necessarily. When you have arguably the greatest player of all time at quarterback
Biggest
making
cheater.
plays, he makes big plays. That's what people who are in that conversation do, and that's exactly what he did. And who else made big plays? Gronk.
Yeah, makes the biggest fucking play in the fucking past 40 games.
Yeah, I know, but when it comes down to it, great players make great plays.
Anyways,
and
continue.
that's what it came down to. And
Continuing on my rant.
No, listen.
Go on,
On the
Thomas.
other side, it was just inexperience. That's what it comes down to for them. Like,
Okay, but can you let me finish my rant, please?
go ahead.
Listen, continuing on my rant, this cakewalk that the Patriots have had the last 5 years is embarrassing for the AFC. The Chargers, Chargers, best built team in football.
Don't call it a cakewalk though.
It's been a cakewalk. The Chargers are supposed to be the competition. Smashed. The Steelers didn't even make the playoffs. Texans were not getting close to them. Texas went into the stadium earlier the year. They got smoked. Kansas City was their closest competition. Choked the game away. This team, since Peyton Manning has left, has had zero competition in the AFC.
Choke the game away.
What do you... How is lining up? You literally the first day you play football. The first day I played football, I learned you do not line up past this line of scrimmage. And this guy lines up past the line of
So
scrimmage.
is he the only player in football to line up past the line of scrimmage?
No,
all
but
year?
it's the biggest game of your life, and you line up offside. They had the game in his hands.
Look.
And he choked it away.
Look, when it comes down to it, what was their weakness coming into the playoffs?
Their defense, and thank God their defense coordinator's gone.
And what happened? Defensively, they couldn't get a stop when it came
Idiots,
to
idiots.
OT, and
Oh,
it just
my
is what it
goodness.
is. Like, it's what happens.
From the Patriots 8.
Anyways, that was my rant. So
Their
I'll let
run
you
game
guys.
8. Sony, James
I mean,
kept going. They just kept going.
when you like at running back, when you look at the talent they have, like, just when it comes down to the big plays, like all the plays they needed to make, they made them. I mean, James White making incredible catches, fucking behind his back. You
Don't
had
forget
Gronk
about
making.
Gronk blocks. His blocks was
Of course,
insane.
he's a good blocker. But like but in the catching game, no one expected him to make those catches that he was
That
making.
third down catch he made, that looked like 20 fucking 10 Gronk, not 20.
Yeah, and it was
2018
ridiculous.
Gronk.
It was ridiculous, and that's what separates like average guys from those guys.
Anyways, coming out of that game, OT rules need to fucking change. They need to change. You had the MVP sitting on the sideline. He had no say in the game. That game was literally decided by a coin flip. That should not happen. They should do a college football rules. I don't know. You guys chime in. But what it should be is the Patriots score. Okay. Mahomes gets a chance. If they don't score, if they don't get a touchdown or a field goal, or if they don't get a touchdown and they want to get a field goal, game over. That's how it should be. That's how it should be. Regular season, I don't care.
I don't disagree.
I
With you.
don't like that, to be honest. Because let their defense play, bro. Let's see if they're really a team that's worthy to go through. Their defense should be making that stop in the beginning.
Okay, but the offense should still have some say in
No,
the
yeah,
outcome of the
I
game.
agree with you. Just because how the game is today, too. Like,
Playoff wise, that should happen. A regular season, yeah, okay. I don't want 40 minute overtimes. Regular season, stick to the old rules.
Yeah, I
But
agree.
come playoff time, zero luck should be considered in the game. The game
There's
should not
no
be
luck.
decided.
It's not really like they
That's
flipped
not
a
luck.
coin.
Yeah,
They
that's
flipped
luck.
a coin, and then it's up to the defense, bro. If the defense wants to be up to
It
par,
still
and
comes
wants
down
to
to how
stop,
you play. so-
Exactly.
And in
It's-
that sense, it's not luck. But
it's
I
still-
agree with you, though. They should.
That's the sense I'm talking about,
Mahomes
bro.
should have a chance to come out and try to score, but
Like they had their MVPs, the MVP of the league, sitting on the sideline watching, having no say in the outcome, zero say, which just pissed me off. Same things can happen. The same thing could have happened to the Rams.
that's frustrating. Yeah, I see your point.
Anyways, you guys you have any more thoughts before I move on or no?
No, move on.
Go ahead.
So you guys want to talk about Le'Veon? Okay, so you guys want to talk about Stephen A. and Derek Carr?
Yeah, what's going on with that? So, somebody
you got your source from
somebody fill me
Reddit.
in.
No. I got off Twitter too. This was Derek Carr who tweeted out, and then Schefter tweeted out the odds.
Okay, so what did he?
So
Why are they fighting in the first place?
Wait. Let me read the tweet.
Okay.
Read the tweet.
So Stephen A. was doing usual Stephen A. stuff, and Derek Carr was complaining. He was saying, "Let me put these guys on national television and break down film with me, and they'll be exposed for what they really are." So now they're talking about, and then Derek Carr says he wants to fight Stephen A. So then odds came out, and right now the odds have Stephen A. in favor on a fight, minus 130 for Stephen A. compared to minus 110 for Derek Carr. So hypothetically, who wins that fight?
This shouldn't even be a conversation.
It doesn't really matter,
but
to be
just
honest.
pick someone.
No, but
Derek Carr.
see, back to on
You're
that
talking
point.
about a guy who works out probably every day in his.
Okay, but how are the odds still in favor for Stephen A?
I don't know, because he's black. Shit. Makes the most sense to me. That's what people go through, bro.
No, man. Like
That's how people think. Anyways, back to Derek Carr's point. I like that point that he brought up, saying, "I dare you guys to come watch film with me, and they'll be really exposed for who they are." Shit's true, man.
Yeah, it is, but
It's true. These guys are just analysis. I don't think they really know. Maybe not Stephen A, but 100% Max Kellerman will get exposed.
I think I realize the point of Max Kellerman now. Max Kellerman is saying all this stupid shit to be opposite of Stephen A. That's ESPN is telling him.
that's what they do. They debate. Like
I was
even
watching,
if it's not his true opinion, he's gonna disagree.
I was watching Colin Coward, and
No, I hate that guy.
And he was talking about the Patriots trading with like idiot teams, right? He said the Bills were idiots because they trade with idiot teams. The last time the Bills traded with the Patriots was in 2002, and he was talking about how the Eagles were a smart team because they never traded with them. The last time the Eagles traded with them was last year. Like it just boggles my mind sometimes with some of these guys.
Yeah.
Anyways, before we finally move on to basketball,
No, talking about Le'Veon Bell.
that's what I was gonna do.
Oh, okay, yeah, go
That's
ahead.
what I was bringing it to.
All right.
So, I'm going to put you guys in a situation. You guys tell me what you think. You guys are GM for a team. We'll say, who's the team? We'll say you're not the Giants. Who needs a running back right now? Miami?
Oh, yeah.
We'll say you're the GM of
Oh, yeah.
Dolphins.
The Jets.
Dolphins.
But I'm just.
I know.
I think we're teams that need running backs.
We'll pretend you're the...
KC.
Yeah, we're talking about a guy who came back from KC, too.
We'll just...
I see your point,
Dolphins.
I see-
Dolphins.
Okay, yeah, go ahead.
You're the GM of the Dolphins. Sit in a situation. You got the owner down your neck. You're signing Le'Veon Bell for $15 million, or you're signing Kareem Hunt for dirt cheap. Dirt cheap, but coming with all the off the field.
Yeah, I'm not sure if that's how it's gonna work. To be honest, I don't know if you're gonna get him from a dirt cheap. If he gets off the resent list, there's gonna be a lot of teams interested in him.
I don't think it'll be maybe 4 or 5 million, which for running back is
I don't
not a
know
lot.
about that.
But what'd you guys do?
How much did Mike Vick go for when he came out of jail going to Philly?
He went for
Nothing, eh?
nothing.
He went
Dirt
for
cheap.
nothing. See,
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe the NFL is
It's a
probably
different
different now.
situation.
Yeah,
He didn't- Kareem Hunt didn't
NFL
go
is
to-
different now.
Kareem Hunt didn't go to jail. It's not the same thing.
Yeah.
But
So you're signing Le'Veon for the $15 million that he wants, or
well,
you're signing?
it depends on the scenario. Like if you're going to a team that wants to win now, then obviously you're going for Le'Veon.
Yeah, but you got to think about the owner too.
You're still going for Le'Veon.
Okay,
You're
yeah,
talking
yeah.
about the best running back in the league when he was in the league. So I mean, I don't know. For me, it's not really a question. And Kareem Hunt's a good running back. Don't get me wrong, but you don't know.
It's not better than Le'Veon
Yeah,
Bell.
he's not that kind of talent.
And if the owner actually is hypothetically allowing me to spend the money, why the fuck not?
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. So
What do you think?
Me?
Yeah.
If it was the Bills, I just signed Kareem Hunt. I'm not giving running back $15 million. I'll take the off the field antics
Yeah,
with
but
Kareem Hunt.
Bro, you have.
I'm
80
sorry to say,
million.
but that's
Bills have
why
80
Bills
million.
fans, like, you guys just get adapted and used to losing.
Bro, you have 80 million, and you're not willing to spend 15 on a player.
No. Because we
You're
can use that.
cheap.
We can
You're
use that.
cheap.
We can use that in so many other options.
Where can you use that?
Our O line, receivers.
Well, you have other money now.
Okay, yeah, but we still need to fill up.
You have 65 million left.
I'm not using.
I don't
15
disagree
million
with you,
on
but
Le'Veon.
also, like,
The only team that should be spending $15 million on Le'Veon is the Colts.
I disagree with that. If KC has the money, you spend it as
I don't,
well.
think
If
they, I don't know if they. I'd rather. Be
any
spending
team
on
that's in the
defense.
conversation that needs a running back, like you go spend that money.
Anyways, so we'll leave this. We'll leave Super Bowl talk to next week since it'll be fresher in people's minds. We'll move on to basketball. You guys want?
I'm gonna start off with
You want
that.
to start it off? Okay, so
Yeah.
Abdul started off.
The Grizzlies open up trade talk for Marcus All and Conley. We have the Jazz showing interest in Mike Conley. So yeah, Xavier, tell me some intel about. Tell me how you feel about that.
Let me give backstory on that. The reason that the Jazz are looking for a third quote unquote superstar to go with Donovan Mitchell and
Rudy Gobert.
Rudy Gobert. So, thoughts, opinions?
For the Jazz, I don't know. That's interesting. I mean, I wouldn't consider Mike Conley a superstar. I don't think he's been a superstar for. I don't think he was ever a superstar. I think he's like a perennial all-star for a while. But I think looking at him now, he's still a good player. He still can be useful. But while you're in the West with Golden State and with the up-and-coming teams like the Lakers, OKC, I don't know if that's enough. I don't know if that's what you want to bet your money on because he's a lot. He's a big contract. When it comes to Marc Gasol, I think there's a lot of teams, especially in the East, that could use Marc Gasol. I think the Raptors could be one of them. I think he would be a great fit, starting instead of maybe Serge Ibaka, just to give
What about
more.
Valanciunas?
He comes off the bench most of the time,
No, okay.
but
So
like
you would have him rather starting over
yeah,
Serge,
Serge
right?
and Val, yeah. But I don't know. It's interesting that they're just opening the trade talks right now because I felt like they were still in the phase of we're trying to win now, the Grizzlies, because you go draft Jaren Jackson, he's a talented player. Don't get me wrong, but when I seen that pick, I was like, okay, yeah, they're trying to win now. Like you go draft someone who's a power forward to go beside Marc Gasol, not to replace him, but I guess not.
All right. So what's been going on with the Grizzlies? They started off the season almost first. They were top 3 in the beginning of the season. Now they're on a losing streak.
I think they just cooled down. I think they just came back down to earth. The Grizzlies were a trash team.
Yeah, they're
last year.
14th right now.
Exactly, bro. They were top 3
I think everybody.
in the beginning of the season. They were top
beginning
3.
of the
It's
season,
hard.
beginning
It's
of
hard
the season.
to talk about teams in the beginning of the season because everybody's still trying to get their feet under
Yeah.
themselves, trying to get back into the season grind.
What do you think about if Marc Gasol coming to the Lakers?
I don't know how much that helps them. I don't know if it helps them at all. It might make them a worse team, to be honest. Just because the way the Lakers play is fast-paced. He's not a fast-paced guy necessarily. I think they have good fits with the Zubac and with JaVale McGee right now. I don't think that would be a good signing. I think if anything, you go get Mike Conley.
Who has better defense, Mike Conley or Lonzo?
Conley probably.
No, I don't know. One-on-one defense, I'd probably take Lonzo. But in terms of running the offense smoothly, which you don't need because you have LeBron, but in terms of that and just being a pure point guard, I'll take Conley.
What else you got? What else you got to talk about?
Talk about Victor Oladipo. He just got injured.
Yeah, praying for him.
Right knee.
Praise up for my guy.
Yeah, sending my prayers towards him. What does this mean for the Pacers? They're 3rd in the league right now.
In the league or in the East?
No, in the East. Sorry.
Okay.
In the, whatever East League, same.
No,
shit.
I didn't know. I was
bad.
asking.
They're third. They were 3rd in the East. And what do you think? What are your predictions for the team?
Does anybody know what the injury is?
Right knee.
So,
Right.
It's
Is there a timeline?
a tendon. I don't know. No. He's out for this whole entire season.
Oh, so he's done.
Oh,
okay,
he's
yeah.
done.
So I'm pretty sure it was a torn ACL or a torn ligament in his knee.
Yeah, some type of tendon, ligament, something like that. I don't know.
I guess at this point you just play it out. You just play out the rest of the season.
Yeah, I agree. You played out. I don't know. I guess it depends on how you play. Like I think they'll go through these next 10 games or so, and just look at how they're playing and if they still have a chance to make the playoffs. And based on that, they'll either, in my opinion, tank or just play it out.
With Victor, being the player that he is, what was his how far do you think they were gonna go in the playoffs?
First or second round.
tops.
Yeah.
Tops? Do you think they even have a chance at the playoffs now?
Maybe
they have a chance at the playoffs.
If Miles Turner goes into beast mode or something, maybe.
No. They still have a solid group of like guys. Just not any superstars. Maybe all-star talent in Miles Turner, but I don't see them making the playoffs. But even if they did, I just wouldn't see the point to it because you're not gonna be competitive without Vic. I mean, like he's the key to that team. Without him, the team like. It's like taking LeBron off the Lakers. Like they're just gonna be like all over the place on offense and defense. He's good on both sides of the ball. So
when Victor was on the team,
yeah,
you basically thought they're gonna go first round or second round.
Yeah.
Do you think they would ever have a chance to go to ECF, Eastern Conference Finals?
No, I don't think so. I don't think they have enough talent. I think you have a perennial all-star in Vic. And you have someone who could be that in Miles Turner. And besides that, you just have decent to good role players. I don't think that's enough.
Philly is currently 4th.
Yeah.
What does this mean for Philly with Pacers out of the question?
Less competition up top.
Yeah, they'll leapfrog the Pacers probably.
Yeah.
The East is pretty top heavy now without the Pacers. It's Raptors, Boston, Philly, and then after that it's a drop off.
I agree with that.
Like it's a massive drop off.
All right. If you would compare his injury to anybody, who would you compare it to? Cause let me explain more for our viewers. The way he injured his knee is he would be getting off, like he would be landing weird, getting off the ball hard, like you know what I'm saying. He would attack the basket, and that's how he got injured. I'm trying to say he's following into the footsteps of like Russell Westbrook and like Derrick Rose and how they still Westbrook attacks the basket.
No, I don't think he's quite like that. Watching his injury and how he injured himself, it was a lot like Tenzin's injury in my opinion. Just the way that it happened, and from that it looks serious. And
for those of you who don't know, Tenzin is one of our friends who tore his ACL playing pickup basketball.
Yeah, so basically why I think it's probably going to be a bad injury. Oh, but okay, back to your question. Do you want me to compare injuries? Is that what you're asking? Like compare like one player's injury to another?
No, I was trying to like get to the point where like, you know what I'm saying? I was trying to get into the conversation where that he mirrors his game against like Russell Westbrook.
No, I think the thing that's great about him is he tries to be unique. Like he takes little things from Westbrook and other good players that he's played with, and he just puts it all into his game. But he doesn't. I don't think he mirrors anyone necessarily. Like he has he knows when to turn it on, like Westbrook does. Like when you have to take over, he understands that. But he's not doing that 100% of the time like Westbrook does. You know what I'm saying? So in that sense, I don't think he really mirrors himself off of anyone specifically.
All right, man. I hope he is good, and he comes back next season better, and he has probably less competition in the East.
Yeah.
With a couple of people leaving. I don't want to say names, but moving on to Harden's 61-point game, and his 61-point game in MSG.
Yeah.
He lit up New York.
My Knicks.
One more point on that. The Rockets are currently missing Clint Capella. He is gone for 4 to 6 weeks out with an injury. How is his absence going to affect them? Mind you, that the Rockets just acquired Kenneth Faried.
Okay, so to your first question about his game, just it was a good game. Like both sides of the ball. Like you drop 61 and you only win by 4. There's something going on, and that speaks to what like the points I made in the previous podcast, just about him tiring out. Like at this point, it seems like it might never happen. And I understand like he's that good of a player. Like he's a prolific scorer. He's gonna go down as one of the best shooting guards of all time. But I like when you have to score 61 points just to win by 4, that tells me something about your team overall. And
something's wrong.
Yeah, exactly. And then to your point about Clint Capella, when you have to do that and then you lose one of the probably your best defender and your only rim protector, it's gonna be tough. It's gonna be tough sliding for that team going forward. Like, Kenneth Reed's good, but he hasn't panned out in his last 2 or 3 teams, and his career wise, he's just not like, it's not looking good for him. I mean, I believe he's talented enough to make an impact on this team, but he's not replacing what Clint does, especially defensively. So, with that being said, I think that it's going to be tough sledding for them going forward. They're going to drop down for sure. Harden's still going to have to put up enormous numbers. And him dropping 61 for me is like, it's impressive. Like, it's hard to drop 61 points. But when you look at like his percentages and how many times he went to the free throw line, it's not as impressive as my man Carmelo's performance at MSG as well when he dropped 62. I don't know if you've seen the picture I sent.
Today's the anniversary, no?
Yeah. I don't know if you've seen the picture I sent, but he had all better percentages. Shot less shots, shot less free throws, had more points. That's how it's done.
Melo's a pure scorer though. Like that's what.
Yeah, that's what Harden is as well.
Not what like Melo is.
Yeah, he's not on that level, but yeah.
Here's your question, Xavier.
Yeah.
What team was better? The team that James Harden went out with yesterday, or the team that Melo scored?
The team that James Harden went out with yesterday.
Really?
Yeah. From a talent perspective, way better.
When did Capello got injured during the game yesterday?
No.
So he was not
Kenneth
playing.
Freed was playing. Bro, Kenneth Freed has been playing for at least 3-4 games right now.
So Capello's been out for a bit.
Yes.
Yeah.
And you're still trying to tell me that Houston team is still better than... It's a Houston team without CP3. It's a Houston team without Capella. It's literally James Harden, PJ Tucker,
Eric Gordon,
and
Kenneth Reed. Yeah, that's...
Who was on that? Okay, who was the starting...
They have good role players.
Who the Knicks have?
Look, I'm gonna get years confused, so let me just go back at this. What year would that have been? 2012? 5 years ago. 2019? 2014?
The 2014 team was...
Okay, so Coach Derek Fisher. Let's see.
Oh, Derek Fisher was coaching that team.
Yeah, he's not a good coach.
That's a throwback.
All right, so we have Quincy Acey.
Okay, next.
We have Cole Aldridge.
Okay,
He's the
next.
starting center. We have Lua Mutson.
Next.
Got my guy Melo.
Okay.
We got Andrea Bargnani.
Jesus, Murphy.
We got Jose Calderon.
Okay, you know what?
No, but this is what this is a point I'd like to get across to people. Look, I'm gonna go out. I'm gonna finish this list. I got Samuel Dallenberg. I got Clee Anthony Early. Got shot in his knee. Prayers up for him. That was a while ago. He's healthy now. Got Lansing Galloway. Got Tim Hardaway Jr. Got Shane Larkin. Got Ricky Leto. Pablo Prigioni, my guy.
Okay, how many of these guys are still in the league?
Not a lot.
I've heard like 3-4 names that are still in the league.
I'll count. So Quincy Acey is. Carmelo's not.
Hardaway is.
Hardaway is. Is Calderon on the? No,
Calderon's
I think he's gone. Lansing Galloway. So that's.
And there was one more. There's one more name that I heard you say.
Jason Smith. Jason Smith is as well. He's on the bench for Orlando. There's about 3 or 4 guys that are still in the league.
Okay, you know what? Never mind. Pretend I never asked that question. I did not know that team was that bad.
Yeah, that's what he won. That's what he won. And with that being said, he was getting double teamed, and he was still dropping 62. That's my guy.
Abdul, is there anything else you want to talk about before I move on to my
Melo?
To my question or no?
I do want to bring something up, but Xavier will get mad.
No, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
All right. I'll bring it up then.
Oh no.
Oh, okay.
If it's about Enes Kanter,
no, it's
okay,
not.
then go ahead.
Okay. What I want to bring up is Luka Doncic ripping his jersey because he didn't score a halftime buzzer beater while he was up. Are you kidding me right now? What are you mad about?
I think it was.
Do you want to get points?
Yeah.
He's a
he
drama
wants
queen.
his team to win.
He's a drama queen.
What else has he done?
He wants to highlight so bad.
What else has he done to show that he's a drama queen?
No, I don't think it's highlights. I think it was just frustration that set in because he missed that shot. He thought he had it, and it was his competitiveness that took over.
So
he ripped his jersey. Yeah, I don't think he
If I was
necessarily.
the NBA, I would fine him.
I don't think he necessarily meant to rip his jersey.
You get fined if you rip your jersey.
I would fine him. He should get fined.
So okay, let me flip the table. If LeBron does this, what do you say?
He wouldn't.
Why would
He's that mature.
I've seen LeBron
He
with his
wouldn't.
jersey,
He wouldn't. Not now.
but
Come
I've
on.
seen
How
him
old
do
is
it.
he now?
But I've seen
You're
him
talking
do it.
about
but
now.
this is Lucas. Lucas what?
I don't
20?
care.
He's a kid,
21?
exactly. So you can go down the line and say not now for Luka either, right? It's the same-
Listen.
look, when it comes down to it, I respect that. Like seeing that, I have more respect for him. I like this guy's the ultimate competitor. Like that's how serious it is for him. Just one shot, that one miss, like that. Yeah.
If I'm the Mavs, I'm happy to see that. Anyways, any other thoughts on that or no? Before I move on.
Oh no.
So, the NBA All-Star starters got announced like 15 minutes ago. So let me get your guys. I'm gonna read through first the West. When we get your thoughts on those, and we'll move on to the East. So for the West, we have Steph, KD, LeBron, Harden, and PG. Thoughts? Any snubs? Someone's name's
Anthony
missing
Davis.
here. AD. Okay, yeah. Luca's name is missing from here.
Westbrook's name is missing from here.
I don't know if you can slot anyone else here. Like this is like
Even though he was having a bad year, I'd rather take Westbrook.
then who?
Then yeah, I'll take
I don't
on
think.
Steph.
I don't think.
100%.
I would.
That's hard.
I would take
That's-
Luka over LeBron.
I think LeBron got in.
What?
'cause
What'd you
just
just
'cause his
say?
name.
I think.
How you trying to
No,
slide that under?
Based on performance, LeBron has been out for what?
Yeah, he's been sitting out a lot of games. It's like.
Not more than 10 games.
But then when it comes down to it, you can say the same thing about Kawhi. But at this, like for me, it's just like a lot of people aren't being picked.
It is 50% fan vote for that, so that does have a say.
Okay,
I think Luka will make reserves though. I hope he does. I'm hoping he does.
No, he will. But I don't know. I'm just tired of seeing these guys. Like if Carmelo's not there, I don't want to see LeBron. But that's just my opinion. I don't want to see KD either. For me, I wish when it comes to starters that you couldn't have two players from the same team being starters. That way, it creates competition within the locker room. Like I like that. Like I want to see like them try to go at it to see who scores more.
Yeah.
Like now, like if Boogie was there from the start of the season, Boogie would probably be on here as well.
I want to talk about next after also. But anyways,
Okay, go ahead.
in the East, Kemba, Joel, Giannis, Kyrie, Kawhi. Anything noticeable? You guys are. I'm a little surprised about Kemba. I thought. Trying to think of any other.
He's been having a good season.
No, he has.
Great season, man. He's finally coming into his shoes. Like he's showing like the league what he is. I think every player from every team has more respect for Kemba Walker because of what he's done this season and the way he's carrying himself as well. He's not someone that you hear about off the court and like causing trouble or whatever. He's like he's the point guard you want on a winning team.
Mm-hmm.
But Charlotte's not that team.
So then finally, before we wrap it up, Boogie's back. Golden State's back in God mode. Thoughts, opinions?
Look, man, the league is like diluted in terms of like having all the best players are on like the same teams. It's about like a handful of teams that are actually competitive, and this the NBA should do something about it, man. Like you can't have all these guys on one. It's not fair. It's not fair. It's like playing an all-star game, but
Regular season.
yeah, like
What was I looking at? Someone, who was it? Who was the team that first played him?
that first.
Played Golden State when Boogie came back.
Oh, that was
LA Clippers.
the Clippers. Yeah.
I don't know what game it was, but there was a game
He
where
got fouled out.
no, there was a game where I don't know if it was a Clippers game, but they literally strapped everyone up, and then Clay just had a crazy game. Like it's just
Oh, yeah, it's the
impossible.
other
now.
day, yeah.
That's just like it.
But that's why it's unfair, and that's why people are complaining. Like it's just not competitive. Like how can you beat that? Like you have literally, in my opinion, you have 3 guys who could win MVP, in Boogie, KD, and Steph, and then you have one guy who is, I believe in Clay, extremely underrated. I think Clay could be a top 5 player in the league. You put him on his own team, and like he dropped 37 in one quarter. People are like, that doesn't really register in their brain. That's one quarter. And just from a talent perspective and a skill perspective, I think Clay could be a top 5 player in the league. And then you have Draymond, who's arguably like top 5 defender. arguably probably the best playmaker at the power forward position. So a perennial all-star in Draymond. Like, how can you beat that?
It's I don't know. Basketball's starting to become a sport where it's just there's no
competition.
Yeah, like the NFL, you don't know who's gonna win, but basketball is it's getting close to where it's Golden State every year. So before we wrap it up, anything else you guys want to talk about? Any final thoughts, opinions, anything?
That guy LeBron, man, goes to the Lakers, poisons their locker room. All these players are trying to play too hard because they're worried about getting traded. I hate that guy. That's it.
Let's talk about Melo.
Let's talk about Melo.
He had the two best careers at Atlanta and Chicago.
Yeah,
those are great careers.
Exactly.
How much did he score? 50-point games. A lie? Shit.
Not necessarily, but he's undefeated.
Undefeated.
Name one place LeBron's undefeated in. Tell me one place he's undefeated.
I can't name that.
Exactly. That goat talk.
St. Vincent.
All right.
Anyways, so that's episode 14 of the Forget Numbers podcast. Thanks everyone for listening. We'll be back next week, and enjoy the rest of your week, people.